Hello everyone. We're going to go over how to log into and use the computer-based testing system for MCAS this year. We are doing it for grades 4 through 8, so it's important that everyone understands how to log in, what the features are, and just get to know the new system. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, but it's worthwhile watching this video just to go over everything. So this document here will have already been shared with you, and what we're going to do in this video is just walk through step by step what's in this guide so you can have something to refer back to. But always feel free to email me, Colin MacDonald, macdonaldc@georgetown.k12.ma.us if you have questions, and I'll be happy to help you out. So first things first is logging in. The system is called Pearson Access Next, and in the near future, you will receive an email that looks somewhat like this to set up your account, letting you know that an account has been created for you. And all you need to do is click the link in that email and set up an account. You'll have to make a password and agree to the terms, and then you'll be able to log in. The website that we use to log in is right here. It'll be linked on your guide, mcas.pearsonaccessnext.com. And I have that queued up here. This is a little different of a site. This is the training site. I didn't want to do it in the actual site, but it looks exactly the same as when you will log in, except it won't say training here, and you'll have a blue header up at the top. It'll be brown throughout this training site. But with the password and username that was created, all you need to do is log in. My login is my old email address because I created it last year, but yours will be your new account. It helps if you spell schools correctly. And then you'll be logged in. So the next step when you're conducting your test sessions, and this is for the actual MCAS test days, not for the practice tests, which are just done through the website. The first and most important thing to do is to find the test session that you will be proctoring. Test session is just another name for the group of students that you will have. So when you hear test session, just think of the group that you are administering. And the way that we do that is once you've logged in under testing, you're going to click select an action. And in the drop down here, you're going to select students in sessions. And that'll open up this page here. And the next thing that you'll need to do is find your session that you will be administering. And the way that we do that is we go over here and click add a session. And we need to filter to find the session. And these will be categorized by the room number in which they're taking place. So all you need to do is search for the room number that you'll be in. I've created a sample one, just a room 1001. And that will bring up this test. It's an ELA 7th grade test. So yours will be marked similarly, but you'll be able to find it with your room number. The next thing you have to do is check the box next to that session and click Add Selected. And you'll see what happened there once I selected this session. It pops up over here, and I get this little status bar that shows you that you have found the session that you are looking for. Just double check that the room number is correct, and you'll know that you're in the right spot. So we've gone through selecting and finding your session. Now a little bit about just what is on this page that can help you on the day of the test, just to make sure that everything is being monitored correctly. The first thing up here is just the whole class status bar. So you'll see 2 gray bars here. Each gray bar is for one of the sessions, or there are 2 tests per subject area. So this is for the first ELA session that students will do one day. The second bar is for the second that will be done the following day. This gray bar indicates that the students are ready to take the test. The number here is the number of students that are in your group. So I just made this sample class of 20 students. You may have yours that's a little larger if you're a classroom teacher. You may have a group of 1 if you're a pull-out proctor that just has 1 student in your group. But the number of students will be here, and then this color-coded key will tell you where students are as far as moving through that test. And this will refresh and update as students take the test, so you can have just a good indicator generally of where your students are at with the test. I will have already unlocked the first session of your test before you log in and you're ready to go, so you won't have to worry about unlocking that test, and that just makes sure that when students log in, they have access to the testing materials. If you scroll down a little bit below this full class status bar, you'll see individual statuses for the individual students that are in your group. So again, I have a group of 20 students here, just based on the sample class that I made. And because it's a sample class, these students, they all have the first name new and they have the last name student. On the actual test day, you will obviously see the names of the students that are sitting in front of you. And again, this is helpful just to keep track of where students are. As students hit start and begin their test, these ready signs will change to active. And you'll be able to click on that active and see what question the student's on. So you can really get a good glimpse of where students are at just from this home screen here. So that's just kind of the overall layout. Just let's talk a little bit before, talk about what you need to do before students enter for the test day and then what happens on the actual test day. So this page of the guide here, I pulled this straight from the teacher's manual on how to set up your testing room. So make sure that you're reading those instructions and setting up your classroom appropriately. The other thing that you will get prior to testing are student testing tickets. And this is what students need to enter into the iPad so they can access their own test. This is the equivalent of the labels that were on the back of testing booklets when we used to do the paper tests. This is each student will have a unique username and a passcode that will allow them to take their specific test. So you'll get those, you'll pick those up the morning before students enter the classroom. We'll have either folders or boxes ready to go for you all so that you will have the tickets for your own students. If for some reason you need to have an extra copy of those or you lost yours, you have access to them over here in the Resources tab. So if you click Resources and student testing tickets, print all for this session, you can also have a copy of these. So that's kind of just a fail-safe, because we'll have everything ready to go for you. When students enter for the test, they'll have an iPad. We will make sure that we have extra iPads on hand and keyboards. Students will open up that iPad. They will log into this Test Nav app that we'll make sure is on all of our student iPads. They might have to click accept, okay, or agree, and then you'll really just follow the instructions on your manual. You'll read the instructions. You'll instruct students when to put in their username, when to put in that password, when you read the directions, and you'll be off and running. Students will take that test. As I mentioned during the testing, these color-coded bars will change. The biggest thing here is if you have any issues before, during, or after that test, just shoot me an email. I will be on hand on campus for all of the test days, for all grade levels, to make sure that we can help you out. Sometimes it's a really quick and easy fix. Sometimes it may take a few minutes, so your patience and your students' patience is appreciated, but based on the success that we had last year, there were minimal errors and things that had to be troubleshooted or issues that we couldn't handle. We were able to manage everything quickly and efficiently as best we could and take care of everyone as needed. After the testing session, just encourage your students to log out of the TestNav app. That will unlock the iPad, because when they're in that app, they won't be able to use any of the other iPad's features. So log out of that TestNav app. Put the iPads back in the carts where they came from. Please make sure that their chargers are plugged in so they can be good to go for the next day. That's the nuts and bolts of the Pearson Access Next system. Again, please feel free to rewatch this video, look at the guide, email me if you have any questions, and I will be happy to help you out. Thanks so much.